Hello everyone, and today I'll be reading danheng's Listener by me. So let's get into it. Danheng was such a tease sometimes. It was something I'd come to discover later on in a relationship. Though he looks like someone who wouldn't often joke, and perhaps would not be bold enough to do so, despite how blunt and brave he can be. He just didn't seem like the type to actually joke about things or prank someone, so you didn't see it coming from him. He looked like a serious person and was so for most of the time. So, really, no one could blame you for not figuring out that he was messing with you. It would take some practice and some time, mostly some time, to be able to tell what your lover meant, and that was perfectly fine. And for now, while you didn't know any better, Danheng thought to take advantage of it and mess with you for a little bit. After all, it sounded like a lot of fun, and he felt like he was getting quite bored lately. And maybe he needed it to spice things up a little bit. You see, he was not the affectionate type, so maybe it would give him an incentive. Yes, it wasn't that he was shy, actually, though maybe that's what you thought. He will admit he gets nervous sometimes due to his lack of experience, but he's not overly shy. He would like to think it's a normal amount. But the thing is, he's not used to this amount of affection, so it still feels strange to him. But he's trying to get used to it, and hopefully one day he'll be accustomed to it like he should be. And then, maybe, just maybe, it'll be a lot easier to do it a lot. The way he feels like you should be able to. The way he feels like you deserve. Because you are so sweet to him, so kind and so loving. And he hopes one day he'll be able to show you his love as openly as you do for him. You always made him know that he was loved. It was clear as day with you. And he thinks at the very least, you should feel like you are loved the same amount as him. Or, well, in the better way, the same amount that he loved you. The amount that he truly loved you in his soul. The amount of love that he felt whenever he gazed upon you and thought of you. It was immense. It was a lot and overwhelming at times, but it was true and real in every sense of the word. And that's why he was so desperate and so keen to find out ways to show it to you. However, it was not going to interfere with today's prank. He was going to make out with you, and after that, he would wipe off where you kissed him. Just to look at your face, see the reaction that you gave him, and he was sure the look that he was going to get would be worth it. However, he might have to kiss you again, just to make up for the bit he will upset you. He wrapped his arms around your waist when you went home, and you smiled, blushing. Well, someone's excited, it appears. You tease, and he smiles. He can't lie about it. He is quite excited, but not for the reasons you think, because soon he's turning you around, lifting you up atop the counter, and cupping your face in his hands. You look beautiful today, Wyan, he murmured softly, and he blushed, melting into his warm arms and leaning in for a kiss. The two of you were aching for this, it appears, because before you know it, he's deepening it. The two of you lost in your own making out session, and once he pulled away, breathless, you leaned in once more, wanting more of him, and he obliged, deepening the kiss once again. But after all of this intense making out and all the love between you, it appears that he had something to do. He pulled away and wiped off his lips. He looked at him, welling up. What the hell is wrong with you? Was it was it that bad? Seriously, danheng? And he looked at you for a little bit, his poker face helping him right here, because otherwise he might have cracked. But he was excellent at keeping a straight face. He looked at you, wordlessly, watching your reaction, the way your eyes welled up with tears, and your face was so flushed from embarrassment, which was all adorable and so cute, and it made this so much worth it. He knew he was being a little bit mean, but it was all in good faith, and mostly all just to see you pouting like this. So it was well worth the effort and time. And soon, after seeing one teardrop just across your cheek, he had cracked immediately, letting out a soft chuckle and leaning in to give you a soft kiss, which you immediately pulled away from, turning away and crossing your arms. No, I'm not forgiving you. Why did you do that? I was messing with you. Come on, Mayan. No, I'm mad at you, he said, still pouting, and he found himself laughing softly, pulling you in for a hug and kissing you again, this time on the forehead. All right then. How shall I make it up to you? You looked at him, deciding to use the situation to your advantage. We cuddle, and you read me a book, and we watch a movie, you said, looking at him, because he knew he wasn't the watching movie type, and certainly not a cuddling type. But he knew he bothered you, and you were feeling kind of embarrassed and needed something to soothe your nerves. So, he couldn't really say no to that, especially not with the way you were looking at him. And when he was right here in your arms, he had no choice but to give in, as you were utterly irresistible. So maybe the prank had backfired. But all in all, he thinks it's quite worth it.